Jacob Burton here from StellaCulinary.com, and in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to make one of my favorite sauces, which is sauce Vierge, meaning virgin in French, which is an uncooked emulsified sauce. And here we're using some tomatoes, garlic, basil, shallot, a little bit of salt and pepper, along with some sugar to counterbalance the acidity of sherry vinegar, which is about an 8-year aged sherry, and then some neutral flavored oil. Here I'm using canola. You can also use grapeseed oil, but you want to use an oil that's neutral in flavor. Olive oil is going to be too strong of a flavor for this application. I'm going to start by slicing up my shallots, and I'm going to quarter and de-seed my aroma tomatoes, and this is going to remove the excess moisture from that seed pod, making my emulsification a little bit more stable. I'm going to place all the ingredients minus the oil into the blender, including the sherry and also a baseline seasoning of salt, pepper, and some sugar. Now, what we're doing here is we're making an emulsification that's stabilized by particulate plant matter. And we talked about the whole stabilization process in our food science video when we talked about emulsifications. So this is an application of that. We're going to start by pureeing all the ingredients minus the oil, and if you need to, you can add a little bit of water, but you want your puree to be basically looking like this, sort of a medium loose body puree, and then you're going to start to gently drizzle in the canola oil as you work the speed of the blender up. So you're going to start on a lower speed, but you want to work that blender speed up as quickly as possible, because the more shearing power you have, or the faster that blender blade is moving, the more stabilized your emulsification is going to be. Now, as the emulsification becomes more and more stabilized, you're going to see your hulk in the middle kind of get smaller and smaller and smaller. You want to keep on gently drizzling the oil down the center of that hole, and when that hole just gets to the point where it starts to close up, you're going to turn off the blender. Now, when you turn off the blender, you should see this little pop, pop, like that, little glub, glub. That means you have a strong, thick emulsification. If that happens, then you can move on to the next stage. Now, if you see just some little fizzy bubbles, then your emulsification has broken, and you're going to have to start all over again. Now, at this point, it's going to finish by passing it through a chinois, and because this is an emulsified pureed sauce, you actually want to push everything through the chinois, and this is going to give you an even texture and a smooth finish. Check for final seasoning. Just give it a taste. You can balance with some salt, sugar, vinegar, anything that you feel is out of balance. You want to just have a nice balanced sauce, and from here, you're going to store in a container. For more information, check out this episode's show notes at stellaculinary.com/SNS15.